think that my mic is having
Yeah.
a issue in terms of sound, but so I have to project my voice more. But am I audible
Oh,
or
okay. Yeah. Yeah, you're
okay?
audible. Yeah, we can hear you much better now. That's actually way better.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so welcome to the Masters 8 podcast. So if you guys would give your introductions,
What's up,
just be.
guys? It's Dino.
Hey everyone.
Okay. Okay, and it's Samurai as always. So today we're here to talk about episode 66 of Pokemon Journeys.
You guys can talk first.
Oh, to
Okay,
be
so
honest,
usually
there's not much to say about this episode. For me, it was pretty boring. Like, it was like one of the jokes just didn't stick with me. And maybe, like, most. Bit. Yeah,
it's
and
just off. Like, I think. Okay, now it's recording. It's recording now. It's recording now. Never mind the problem. Anyways, so the problem. So I got this prediction right because last week I predicted that it's probably going to be a Team Rocket plot with Morpeko because it looks like Pikachu, and I was right. So I'm going to take my fate. So I'm going to take that win now. But yeah, same thing as Dino. It was pretty predictable. 5 out of 10.
Yeah. Um, the moment the title dropped, Pikachu is suspect. Fucking hell. The moment that title dropped 1 month ago, I knew it from a mile away that this was going to be a Team Rocket plot because it's the same thing as Zapdos. Oh, raid battle against Zapdos. Who do we want?
yeah.
Surgeon Viscous. Who do we get? Team Rocket.
Fair.
Like, would they go from Beware, who always feeds and cares for them, to this rodent? This goddamn Morpeko that it's not even Marnie's. I do
This
give the
rodent.
episode a 7 out of 10, only because there are tons of references there, like from the Tale of Vulpix to the Officer Jenny outfit of Ash and Go. Apparently, Professor Sakuragi has a Pokeball Roomba in his household, so that's amazing. Like, the episode, it's great for what it is, an enjoyable filler. But when you think about it, the narrative is very lackluster, and the episode could have been solved in half of the time. When I saw the title for this episode a month ago, and we got to know the Project Mew trailer, and we see the errand with Grookey and Eevee, that's made by the same director of Bunnelby and Chespin, by the way. My thoughts were, this is going to be another 2-in-1 before Project Mew.
Same.
What do they give us? Full episode, Return of Gary for Project Mew Prelude, and then the errand episode, and then whatever is going to be next afterwards, and then it's when the arc actually going to begin. So honestly, this is stupid. I would have preferred half an episode where Pikachu works with Officer Jenny, the other episode is half of the errand, because just you watch 2 weeks from now, the errand episode will be 20 minutes, and the issue itself could be solved at 10. Like,
I
people
wouldn't
bash
even be surprised.
People bash on 2-in-1 episodes, but honestly, I would not mind if these two would have crammed into yesterday's, sorry, and the
Mhm.
Project Mu would start exactly next week. Because what do we have next week? They learn about Oak,
Next
they
week,
go to Oak, they meet Pokemon, they meet Gary, they meet Infernape, they meet Moltres, and then we see Asahi in the end. Because Ghost Rival is in the title.
Yeah.
It's basically the Iris episode where so much is happening, but it doesn't allow itself, room to breathe. Like, it's like, for example, oh, she's the champion. What was the process? We don't care. There's a battle. Oh, Dragon's getting wrecked. Go for Dracovish. Okay, yo, Extra is amazing. No time for that. Go to battle. Like,
very fair.
everyone jokes about every Journeys episode should be a two-parter. And they are right. Like, they just, plot point, plot point, plot point.
Yes.
Let me enjoy the story. No, you just want to checklist everything. Doesn't make sense. But yeah, like, I can give this episode a solid 7, but if not for entertainment and fan service, this would be a 4. So that alone says a
4?
lot. Like, and the thing is that, they go to the Sakuragi Institute, right? I like how Reggie takes care of Pikachu, and then there's Magnemite, and Pikachu and Grookey play with handcuffs. That's wholesome.
Yeah. That was
We don't see
cute to watch.
Cinderace, sadly. Like, we see Chinchou in that, bucket, and we see Artazon. And that's the thing, like, Ash and go to Hoenn for water competition. No one bats an eye on Dracovish. Like, they look at Dracovish and they see that as the norm. And this random ass detective, he just sees, an Artazon, like, this is normal. No, it's not! Like,
To be
that's the thing with Journeys, it doesn't feel immersive. Like, people would question what the hell a
Fair.
is.
fair.
But yeah, the moment they say, oh, Pikachu is sus, like, nah, it's more Peko. The trailer for the preview drops.
I
Hey,
knew
it's
it
more
was.
Peko, give me my money already.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you know what this episode remind me of? If you ever played the hero side story of Sonic Adventure 2, this is what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of.
Like the moment, like, you know what a friend of mine told me this, and we had to agree upon this. This is Clambot and Dark Clambot Pikachu's.
Oh my god! It's the sequel we never knew we needed.
Also, I would have enjoyed the episode better because there's been a crisis around. There's been an electrical crisis around the city, and I'm like, and only now you go to Professor Sakuragi, the guy who pinpointed a Zapdos thunderstorm. Sakuragi should know about this since the very beginning, not days after. Because
hey, but they need to make it. They need to make it convenient, so we have an issue.
Yeah, because their excuse for their excuse for days after is just for the narrative to say that we talked about to the people in the gym, so that the gym doesn't need to be incorporated in the plot. Because if they are looking for electric Pokemon, so they most likely went to the gym first, and they say it so that the gym doesn't need to be incorporated. So for them to not bring Viscus and everyone, for the narrative of the plot. But that is the problem of Journeys. They are a lot of Del show. Heck,
yeah, they do not like showing.
Here's the thing: if people are having electrical issues in their houses, why is Officer Jenny going to Professor Sakuragi? You know who solves this kind of technical issues?
The Plusle and mining.
Ghost Parents.
They do. They do.
Like, yeah.
Or the Plusle Min and Handyman.
Yeah.
That's what I was about to say too, because
where were those dudes? Like, are you like, man? That's
you're telling me.
Like, the writing staff doesn't talk to themselves. Like, they build this world, they make Vermilion feel alive, which I always appreciate, but there's no sense of
unity.
Yeah, like Melee Island, everyone knew everyone. In Vermilion, I'm not saying that everyone should meet everyone because,
because like Alola was a different vibe. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, like Alola has a different vibe, and this is more urban. And let's face it, people say that, oh, Ash goes to this place, will he meet the gym leader? How many times do you meet the mayor of a city the first time you go there?
That's true.
It's the same thing with everyone should know that Ash is the champion of Alola. To which I'm like, do you know who the pro surfer of Hawaii is? Of course not. You know why? Because the first League of Alola was not broadcasted. Like the first Super Bowl.
That's very true.
The first Super Bowl was not broadcasted. So no one cared about who the first champion was.
That's very true, but
and I know that the thing, with Iris like being a champion, it kind of ruins Ash not being one in Kalos and or Sinnoh. And if they don't say that Ash is a champion in the Masters 8, while that shit is televised, that's the last straw.
yeah. At this point, I don't think they'll
this
always
episode, like,
matters. Like,
where were those parents? Where was the champ? Where was the Andy man? Like, why didn't they like?
that's a question I asked.
Like, they know that
Like-
zap those fed the electrical Pokemon in the power plant by taking electricity and feeding them via the power plant. So why didn't they decided to go to the power plant? Because that way the episode would be short because there's no content. Like,
I think
all
like-
Journey's episodes could be solved in 5 minutes instead of. But yeah,
create
that's just
unnecessary problems that I've noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay, so I
really
think we can. Yeah. Okay, so I think we can get into the preview, which is what everybody wanted to probably get into because this episode was kind of just boring to watch.
Yeah.
But like, I think we can get into the preview. So, Dino, do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Well, I can go first.
Okay.
Well,
That's
most
so
of the
fun.
stuff we already saw in the special preview, but yeah, I'm pretty excited for the episode, like everyone. Well, while the return part is like a big thing, but what I'm more excited for is actually Infernape versus Moltres, since this will be a legendary battle first of all, and then return of Infernape with a spotlight, not just like somewhere in the Oak Lab and we see it and never see it again. We actually have a spotlight, and I'm also curious what Infernape will do after the episode because first of all, we saw a lot of merch of Infernape with posters. If it's just one episode, that would be a bit weird. And second of
Infernape
all,
is a pretty popular Pokemon, so like maybe it's just merch for merch's sake.
yeah, but like putting it next to the Journeys team, then you could have just also put Charizard near the Journeys team. You know what I mean?
Except they do
like,
do
if
that.
it's
They
just
did that
one
like all the
episode.
time. They do
They
that
don't.
all the time.
Yeah,
they do.
but the thing with Charizard is that the last time Charizard returned, it was for Best Wishes, and he got the treatment that he got. So I'm
Yeah.
worried for Infernape. I don't want for Journeys to Best Wishes Infernape.
I remember somebody tweeted like, "Oh, I want to see Ash versus Cynthia," and I was like, "You do realize that if Ash challenges Cynthia, Infernape is just gonna lose. Dragonite's gonna get mad, and then Dragonite's gonna win."
Yeah.
Dragonite is a
So-
beast for no reason.
It really is.
But, like, it's Journeys. Pokemon are strong for convenience.
Mm.
Yeah, Ash probably caught that Dragonite with perfect IVs. Like that was complete luck.
Like,
Mm.
yeah. And as a Dragonair, it didn't know how to fly. I continue to say, I would have preferred if Ash had Dragonair. But why did Ash have Dragonite? Because Team Rocket was there
One.
to have conflict. But yeah, like and
Because
also-
Gen 1.
and also because they needed for Ash to have a flying type while during the darkest day, and I'm like, couldn't he just
I like
like
catch a Corviknight.
yeah, he could have had the Dex Carbonite.
Mm.
Honestly, that would be even more interesting. Like, oh, I need to go to places, and Rose gives him a Corviknight taxi, but without Ash knowing, Rose is tracking his position. So that's the thing with Journeys. They don't
Oh,
care.
yeah.
They don't care about conflict. They don't care about character conflict. Like
They
everything
rarely
is
care
just
about
given
character,
willy-nilly.
period.
Yeah.
Like I still think this to this day.
What about
Dragonite and get.
characters? Where's Tracy in the next episode?
I know, right? It's like what happened to Tracy? I
I
think
hope
the
that
VA quit. Somebody told me that the VA for Tracy quit, and like in Japan they don't like replacing VAs, or it's like frowned upon or something. So maybe
Yeah.
that's the reason why. I don't know why, but like that's what I've
Yeah.
heard.
Like at least with some Pokemon, they can have audio records. That's why, for example, if they
Yeah.
have VA, like Oak's VA also VA'd Swallow. So
Oh, really?
yeah, so the thing with Ash's Swallow is that the chances are there, but they would
It's
have to use
minimum.
old recording audio. For the character of May, Kaori has dysphonia, so like she had dysphonia, but um, they don't want to
Apparently, she
bring
can't
her.
sing anymore.
Yeah, they don't want to bring her back, like just for the sake of it, because it could worsen her voice. Yeah.
Yeah, she can't sing anymore. That's what I've heard. Like that's terrible. Like
Yeah, like
I
yeah,
I
and
hope they do mention Tracy's absence.
and also because they didn't mention it Sun and Moon, so I doubt it. Like
yeah.
and also because the character of May, if they have to bring May back, they have to reference Max, and I don't know, uh,
Yeah.
and well, we are in Sinnoh era, so everyone says, "Oh, we want Dawn, we want Dawn, we want Dawn," and I'm like, why? I would have preferred if Barry returns. Ash never battled the guy in the league, and he's the rival from.
I want Beerus to return too.
Like everyone says, "Oh, Dawn and Paul, Dawn and Paul," and I'm like, you guys
I
just
don't
want
mind Paul.
Like, I like Paul. Don't get me wrong, but Barry is the one
Like-
that really needs to return. He's the rival from the games.
Yeah, Barry needs his
Um.
his justice.
Also, people just want for Dawn to return. Because here's the thing: Serena didn't have a goal. She's just traveled with Ash because she didn't want it to be in her house. Auris
Like
shows up.
responsibilities.
Like Auris shows up,
Mhm.
and showcases. Okay, like she only got a goal because of a remake, and that's why people want for Dawn to be here. They just want for Dawn to be here to make Chloe do contests, and I'm like, bro, Chloe will not. She can try a contest. Don't get me wrong.
Like
Heck,
she'll
one of the
try.
things that I want one of the things that I want for Journeys is for to have a Wallace Cup in Vermilion. But I don't want for Chloe to be a coordinator.
I don't want her to be a coordinator either. What I think is gonna happen is that Coley is going to get her goal at the end of the series. That's my guess.
Yeah.
Like near the end of the series, that's when she's gonna get a goal.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like it's like Generation 8 for her. It's really about the journey, not the destination.
Very
like,
true.
In regards to her Eevee, that's the thing that I tweeted several days ago. I like the episode of Vaporeon on a basis level, but I don't want for this episode to be repeated 7 more times because I don't want for
It is going to
Eevee
be repeated 7 more times.
Yeah, I don't want for every time that Eevee shows up to reject evolution because at that point I'm just seeing the exact same episode. But honestly, just have Eevee reject evolution once. I can see her, there are several trainers who can, Eevee.
Okay, so I'm assuming that worked.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not giving me another message saying that it's unable to join the region or whatever. So I'm under the assumption that it's working.
Yeah. Let's just go on.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're just waiting for Kuro. So I can probably share my thoughts on the preview while we wait for Kuro to come back. I thought the preview was actually pretty good. Not even gonna lie, because standard preview because we already saw this in the trailer. But I am very excited to see all of Ash's old Pokemon back. Not all of them, but some of them. Except for one scene where Ash calls Charizard and Bulbasaur. Since I'm a Squirtle fanboy, my feelings were a bit hurt. Yeah.
But they could pull a Sun and Moon and just have Squirtle there for no reason.
I think that was more of an Easter egg. That was just an Easter egg they put in because, like, oh, you recognize this? This is Ash's Squirtle, but not really Ash's Squirtle.
But it has to be like story wise, it has to be Ash Squirtle. Like they can just say this is like a meta joke and just skip it. If they show it, it's canon.
Really?
Because
this
kinda, but here's the thing.
These Pokemon journeys, they have long thrown out canon.
Rotom Dex didn't stay in Pallet. He traveled all around Kanto in one day to get all of the Pokemon of the Kanto Dex, except Mew. So that's why I don't like how Rotom Dex is not in Journeys, because Rotom Dex and Go, they would be,
Best of friends.
rivals.
Besties.
Not to mention that it means that Rotom Dex met the birds in Mewtwo while Ash was in Kanto during Sun and Moon.
And
yeah, technically
the
he
Rotom
would
Dex.
meet Mewtwo in birds.
Rotom Dex met the birds and Mewtwo off screen. Let that sink in for a moment.
Rotom Dex should have been there to promote new Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, that would have made
As
sense
well.
too. Yeah. In fact, I should have just caught Rotom as like a Rotom, and it should have just been like in his phone. Like it should be the same Rotom, and Ash would just like catch it.
Yeah,
If that
but
makes
going
sense.
from the Dex to but here's the thing. I would have preferred if Ash kept the Rotom Dex, and Go would have the Rotom phone, because
Fair.
they just had the only thing that Ash uses the Rotom phone for is for the ranking of the world coronations. And I'll be honest, I think that Rotom Dex could have done the same. And you don't need a Rotom phone. You just need to register online. You don't need a Rotom phone. You just need some kind of online see your ranking. Because the one thing that I was hyped about, I never wanted for the battle against Iris to be a world coronation. But it was. And the one thing that I was hyped about,
It was gonna be.
It wasn't the battle. The thing that I was hyped about was Iris's reaction to Rotom phones, because Iris is a wild child. She has no perception of technology. I would have loved to see how Iris would have interacted with a Rotom phone, and we did.
Very true, because like in one of the black and white endings, Iris was sending a letter via Wingo. She didn't say a phone call or an email. She was sending a letter.
To Ash. And she sent a letter to Ash in the beginning of.
They sent a letter.
Yeah,
so
I would have for example, hey Iris, so how did you schedule this battle? And she said, oh, Drayden did it for me. I have no idea how to use a Rotom phone.
That actually does make sense from a gameplay perspective too, because in Pokemon Black and White, I think Drayden has the more futuristic Opaloosa City, and Iris has the old school one. If I remember off the top of my head, I can't remember.
Because Drayden, Opaloosa City is the futuristic one because of Black City, and Iris is the natural one because of White Forest. So yeah.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, because the old man is the mayor of the city. It's the one that is the tech whiz. So yeah, subverting tropes. But yeah, for the next episode, I'm happy, but seeing Ash's Pokemon just for the sake of seeing them, and we don't know when they are going to show up again. Not seeing Squirtle sucks, but then again, where goes Drizzile? Am I right? Water starters are getting benched.
Water starters have been shafted.
I understand why. They want for Grookey and Cinderace to parallel Bulbasaur and Charizard. And Infernape being there, it's a fire monkey, so it helps Cinderace and Grookey, the fire starter and the monkey starter. Or at least I hope that's the case. And if Infernape,
they probably just
if Infernape is to battle Moltres, at least do a better I would love for Infernape to do a better job than Talonflame. But here's the thing, it's not even Infernape's fault. It's it's the episode. It's not a journey's problem. It's the episode problem because it's a raid battle. Talonflame
It is a room. Oh man.
Talonflame did this by himself. Infernape has backup, a lots of it. So I don't care what. Like, it's great that Infernape battles Moltres, but he's not the only one to do it. So by proxy, it will suck because Blastoise in Electivire will carry that battle. Go will just watch and maybe not even land a hit. I continue to say that Moltres is Mew in disguise because they are in the place where Go and Chloe met Mew.
Yeah.
Are we going to see the Kangaskhan? Hell no. Hell no.
Probably not. Nah, they're not gonna.
Well-
This is Journey. They hate referencing past episodes.
Yeah. But Journeys has an incredible in-series continuity. Like they are referencing past episode like crazy. So I could see that. Like I don't know if I told you guys that, but like in that one water obstacle course episode, 2 kids appeared that are from the water friendship episode with Feebas. So like they have like incredible in-series continuity. And why would they do an origin story with like random Kangaskhan's if it doesn't matter? Like,
Yeah,
Because
they do what they do.
I guess.
And it's like,
Why did
I
they do a
love the
special
character
action?
of I love the character of Gary like everyone else, but Gary being tied with Project Mew and Moltres and Infernape and Go, like Gary returns in an episode that doesn't allow him to be himself. So, like,
It's gonna be very packed. That's what I can say. It's gonna be a very packed episode. So
and
the off chance, what might happen is like everything gonna be rushed. Like as soon as the episode starts, we're at Professor Oak's lab. How did we get there? Doesn't matter.
yeah,
we'll
Like-
see a plane. No, we won't. Oh no, yeah, no, we won't. It's in Kanto.
See a
like
bus.
an Ash's Pokemon, like 3 minutes, 3 minutes or less. Yeah,
And when you combine all of the Oshawotts we've seen throughout the series, like you know how we always see like an Oshawott on like a card. If we combine all the Oshawotts along with Ash's Oshawott here, that makes 4 minutes of screen time. So it all works out.
no, yeah, but those Oshawott they appeared in episode 30 and 60, so I think that we are going to get another Oshawott in episode 90.
Mm.
If we do,
In episode
I hope we
60,
get to
what
see
was that?
Suicune again. Episode 60, I think episode 60 was the
Ah.
Chicago search this episode.
Honestly, I'll say
Mhm.
this. Honestly, I'll say this. I would have preferred if Go and Suicune battled Moltres.
Huh!
Fair?
Like, I don't know, like, you know,
I mean, I hate Ghost Suicune. Like, I hate it.
I love the fact that Go has a Suicune. I hate the fact how he got one.
I hate the fact that Go has a Suicune at all.
Because Go has Pokemon that Chris has in the manga. He has
Oh, yeah, he
Parasect,
does.
Cubone, Hitmonchan, and then he has Suicune. I don't like how he got Suicune, not because random ass poachers are stronger than Macrocosmos and they are, you know, bootleg Johto Rocket.
Which made no sense to me because you know what would have been just as easy? Making it the Matori Matrix from Sun and Moon. Easiest thing in the world.
Matori Matrix there. Also, Go got Grookey after Suicune, so that alone shows the stupid ass power scaling of this show. Like they don't care. I'm just going to watch the next episode, you know, like, oh, it's the episode where a bunch of shit will happen, and yeah, that will be the thing. Will be the episode where stuff happens, and when will we see Ash's Pokemon again? And they will not show every single.
We don't know.
Pokemon.
Yeah, I
Like-
remember I made a tweet. Sad Star Raptor noises.
Yo, poor Torterra, he needs that redemption.
Definitely.
He, like, the thing is that, you know, I love Infernape. Don't get me wrong, but if
I love
Infernape is to return only to lose, or return to, you know, get sidelined, or share, you know, the screen time with others, no. The moment Zapdos showed up and Reboot battled Zapdos, I knew exactly what it was going to happen. This, like,
Mine
go
Go
having
almost caught
go back,
Zapdos.
like, no. When Reboot battled Zapdos and learned Blaze Kick, I knew exactly what this episode was. It was a prelude to Galarian Zapdos, because Galarian Zapdos, like Cinderace, they run and kick. That's what they are known for, to run and kick. So, and if you think about it, every time a legendary bird shows up, the next Pokemon Go captures, and it's always in a trio. Zapdos shows up, Go gets Suicune. Moltres shows up, he might get Regice. Articuno shows up, Go, I'm going to skip Sinnoh, and Go might get, a Kami of Unova, or even a Musketeer.
Might actually get Azelf, Uxie, or Mesprit because you forgot about those cards.
Here's the thing. I'm skipping the Sinnoh ones because they are creation based, so they are more unique. I think Go will have a great tie with Uxie because it's the being of knowledge, but not capture Uxie because it would ruin the character of Brock.
And again, this isn't the first time Journey has ruined somebody's
ruining
character.
Characters like their everyday meal.
Like
Anyways, I do.
It's a ducking miracle that Go is as good as a character that he is when you really think about it.
Like, I hope that the birds are interludes to legendary captures of minor trios that are not box legendaries, and of course they are alluding to the Galarian variant, because Project Mew, it's never stated to be in the Crown Tundra. People just see a Urshifu, a Regice, and the Expedition uniforms. Peony's armband is not there. This is not the Crown Tundra. This is most likely Sinnoh. It
could be like Snow Point City, Mark Coronet area.
Yeah, I continue to say that Gary is researching the migratory patterns of the birds, and they are joining Isle of Armor stuff with Crown Tundra stuff to this DLC prequel arc that is Project Mew. They are just having stuff happen earlier to have the merch being released earlier. So
then again, we all thought the road trip arc was going to go to the Crown.
I think that arc was postponed the moment the director changed.
No, I still stand by my opinion that there are no road trip arc. I'm saying this.
I also don't think it's.
I've been saying this since day one, and everyone was bashing me for it. And now, dozens episode later, we still don't have it.
We haven't seen Leon since the last time we seen Leon was the end of the Darkest Day.
I think they are saving Leon for Isle of Armor, develop Leon with Mustard and have the introduction of Hop, like the Isle of Armor Summer Camp arc or something,
like a training arc for Surfetched or Lucario, because it's fighting types.
Yeah, have B there, have Ash rival Clara because of Gengar, Go rivals Avery.
Beat, knowledge and Go's a smart one.
Beat, I'm sorry, because the way they wrote Macrocosmos, I don't think that Beat will show up in the anime. It's going to be like Silver, Holly, and you. I don't see Beat showing up in the anime. And at this point, neither will Sword and Shieldbird because, well,
I don't really need them to return. I'm not a fan of them, so it's all fine.
Meanwhile, Marnie and Pierce, they are going to show up right in the end, like Plumeria and Guzman. Which is sad. But that's the thing. Journeys is not a Sword and Shield series. This is not a Galar show only. So,
which is my biggest problem, because when we look back on Gen 8, if we don't look at the games, when we look back on Gen 8, we're going to remember Journeys for that one series where they went everywhere except the region they were supposed to promote.
Yeah.
Technically, it was supposed to promote Pokemon Go and other smaller games.
You can still promote Pokemon Go while promoting Pokemon Sword and Shield at the same time. It's not a challenge. They promoted Pokemon Ranger and Pokemon. They didn't have to go to a whole other different region to like promote Pokemon Ranger.
Mm.
Yeah, like, but then again, they never promoted Coliseum or XD, but whatever.
Yeah, I thought like in my head, like if they wanted to do Tobias again, what I probably would have done is replace Tobias and put West there, and then you have your Coliseum promo.
I
Mm.
mean, it's a generation too late.
Yeah, or like put West and like Hoenn like as an AG rival because I think I think the GameCube was released when AG came out. So
Yeah, like just have like I can see like Wes. I can see Wes being a rival, like if they like because double battles.
Talking about double battles.
And it would be interesting to see how Wes uses Pokemon in just single battle. The last time we saw a double battle, it was in the Akala trial.
it was. Oh man, we haven't seen double battle.
Yeah, it was 4 years ago. The last time we had a double battle.
Mm.
Then again, double battles usually require team synergy, and I don't believe Ash's Pokemon this season have team synergy at all.
Iris had more synergy with Dragonite than Ash did. Iris was more like Iris with Dragonite, Renji with Gengar, the off-screen land with Lucario. Everyone like Rinta with Surfetch and God knows who with Dracovish. Like even Ash's mom with Pikachu. Everyone in this show has more. Everyone in this show has more synergy with Ash's Pokemon than Ash has. Ash is very out of touch with his Pokemon.
Ash doesn't. Ash made one of his Pokemon sad. I don't think Ash has ever made a Pokemon sad since Gligar, and that wasn't even sad. That was just tough love, if you ask me. It was like,
Yeah,
Gengar was upset with Ash, visibly upset, and usually that would be like a whole topic of an episode of Gengar's upset with Ash because Ash isn't using Gengar.
yeah, like the whole thing with Gengar. Well, anyways, the
But still,
episode had
Danny.
this. Series.
Cut a gang. Haven't seen him in a while.
Like the thing with Gengar is that I never wanted for Gengar to be Ashes. I would have preferred if Gengar was a lab Pokemon, like Beware was the hideout Pokemon, or Gengar, actually being the professors, right?
Renji's
Or
good.
Renji's.
Or Renji's, like, because Gengar has, but Renji already has, Magnemite, and Hikuna, she doesn't have Psyduck, but she loves Psyduck.
He likes all birds.
Yeah, so have the professor, like, have the Gengars be the professors, because the professor bought the place, Gengar was always there, the professor knew of Gengar's presence. So, honestly, like, I think
The
it would
professor
be
knows a lot of stuff.
Yeah, like, because I love Gengar as a Pokemon, but not as a Ash Pokemon. Like, a Pokemon becomes Ashes, like, the moment they have, time with Ash. And Gengar doesn't have enough time with Ash for me to consider Gengar an Ash Pokemon. People just want for Ash to have a Gengar because Gengar can make all for Gigantamax, and there's B, so Ash has to replace Alistair. And I'm like, no! And honestly, if Ash was to ever to have a Gengar, it should be the Haunter he left with Sabrina. But at this point, if that Haunter returned to be mistreated like this, it would have been worse. It would have been hell worse, man.
Yeah. Hi, Phoenix. And what we can also talk about is the 2 new episode titles we have for Journey episode 70 and 71.
Okay. What? What's the 70? I forgot. Okay.
Oh,
The Morpeko. Another
yeah.
more. Ah.
Okay. I think we all got
I,
our thoughts about the preview out.
I don't know what to think about the. Please get Morpeko. Like, will Team Rocket ask Go to capture Morpeko, and people will hate Go more because Go stole Team Rocket's Pokemon. Same shit with Grookey. Fucking hell.
Okay, Grookey I'm still kind of pissy about because Grookey, it was one episode. You couldn't make that at least 3 episodes. Like, if they made that 3 separate episodes, I would have believed that. Like, okay, they built a bond. It's like, it was one episode. That was one day. Not even a week in episode time. One day.
And I don't see how Grookey hated Team Rocket, because Team Rocket treated Grookey better than any Pokemon in the gacha ever.
Yeah, because it got to stay out of its Pokeball. They, like, they let it look through a box so it could find a replacement for its stick. All things considered, Team Rocket was actually being pretty nice.
Mm.
Yeah, they just made them the bad. Like, I know they are the villains, right?
Hmm?
I mean, they are the bad guys. They are not the villain.
Hmm.
Villain is the organization, not that group of three. But four. I can always count Boba Fett. Anyways,
Those can't wild the Fed.
the thing is that they just made Grookey hate Team Rocket for no apparent reason.
Like, I would have had an easier time believing that.
It's the same thing as why didn't Surfetch or Lucario broke the boulder in Mount Chimney? Because Go had to save and capture Absol. Like, why is Dugong thinking that the Huntail is
Because we
basically
need
hunting
conflict.
Gorbis? Because conflict needs to happen.
Because we need conflict. Come on.
Yeah.
And then, like, you brought up Chris from the manga, and I was about to say, yeah, see, the difference between Go and Chris is that Chris actually has a competent writer writing for her instead of a group of writers who have no idea what they're doing half the time.
Hello, is my audio working?
Yeah, that was loud, though. That was
is it
loud, though. Like, when your thing got activated.
working?
But
Is
Yeah,
it?
you have.
In
It's kind of
regards to
distorted.
in regards to please get more Peko, I'll say this.
Mhm.
Go might capture more Peko because since dawn, every companion has a rodent. However, I don't think Go will keep it. I think that Go will capture, but it will be a Go and Team Rocket bonding episode. Like, Go will try to have more Peko and Team Rocket solve the conflict they have with each other.
Except here's the thing: Journeys breaks a lot of norms, whether they be good or bad norms. Phoenix, I think you gotta move to an area with. Phoenix, I think you gotta move to an area with like better connection.
Okay, yeah, give me a
You gotta
second.
move to like an area, okay. So, like, there's some distortion.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Good.
yeah, but
So you're
Journeys.
because do you really think that Professor Sakuragi can have more Peko in the lab? Do you really want for
No.
Journeys 23 to happen again? Like, man, like everyone would starve. Like, Greedent would be fucking pissed, man. Like, do you want for the Suri? Like, the thing, like, here's the thing with Ghost Pokemon. We know they are there, but we only care if they show up. When they don't show up, like in the Drizzle episode, I love how Drizzle interacts with everyone, right? That's funny. Like, the Pokemon are there, but yeah, for most of the time, it's like they're not. And Go captures a lot of fan favorite Pokemon, and the writers never give the kids the chance to properly utilize them. Like, we never saw Miss Drivas in battle.
Like, for instance, I thought again. I thought Raichu would be like in this episode because he would make like a lot of sense to help with this episode as a whole because it's like a part of the Pikachu family and it's like Raichu episode, like specifically?
Raichu was in the episode. He was in that billboard.
Yeah, he was just there for like one scene. I thought they were gonna like, if you're gonna use like electric types and have like this whole theme being like Pikachu like Pokemon are stealing electricity, why not use the actual evolution of Pikachu in the episode, just not for like one scene?
Because that's not because the episode is called Pikachu is sus, not Raichu is sus.
I guess that's fair. I just like Gold's Raichu, so I'm just happy every time you get to see it.
Oh, definitely. Like, my only nitpick is that it's not a Alolan one. But well, whatever.
That's an
Because everyone says that, oh, Surge will return. Ash should battle Surge. To which I'm like, Ash has nothing to prove against the guy. I would have preferred to see Go battle Surge. Like,
yeah,
how
true.
many
Ash
times
doesn't have.
How many times do I have to see a Pikachu battle a Raichu? Nah, let me see Raichu battle a Raichu.
A Raichu battle alone with Raichu. Yeah, that would be a nice battle. I would watch that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not opposed to having Pikachu battle another Raichu. I'm just saying, like, it would be cool to see.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we got all our anipoke stuff out the gate, so I think I can move into the topics for this week. Which I don't even use for topics, I just use for, like, remembering things that I might forget. So the first thing I actually wanted to bring up was, since we're talking about Pokemon and it's, like, Nintendo-based, Nintendo has decided to release an amiibo of Zelda and a Loftwing for the Skyward Sword re-release. So I'm not buying Skyward Sword, but I don't know if anybody else is here. So I was like,
I'm probably not.
I played the original on the Wii. Yeah.
it's $60. So I'm probably not gonna buy that. Knowing since this is like modern Nintendo, that's gonna be limited until like what I want to say the March 31st again. It's probably like, buy it until March 31st because then it goes off the shelves forever. Oh yeah, something I also wanted to bring up was we have the episode summary for the next episode. So do you guys want to read that? Because I don't know if you guys want to go on blind.
I think we covered it good with our with the preview.
Okay. I just put it there so I didn't forget to bring it up. So the only other topics I have to so I have some sad news. This was another. The author of Berserk has passed away, so may he rest in peace. Because Berserk was a huge manga. It still is a huge manga. I think it's finished. So the author of Berserk has passed away, so may he rest in peace. Berserk inspired a lot, so I wanted to bring it up because he's.
Yeah, and it's said it will never, end because when Pokemon was on hiatus in '97 because of Porygon, that's when the Berserk manga started to be animated because the studio that makes Pokemon animated the 1997 version of Berserk. So the first Berserk anime was made by the studio that makes Pokemon, and also by proxy, they also make Beyblade and Inazuma 11.
Of course, they made Blade. That makes so much sense. Of course, they made Blade. Of course.
Yeah, OLM, Oriental Lights and Magic, it's an animation studio. They have several themes for several anime. Pokemon, it's of course like, you have Pokemon, Beyblade, Inazuma, Yokai Watch, and you had Berserk, but Berserk only lasted half a year. It was the half a year that, Pokemon was on hiatus because of Porygon. So,
what another thing I want to bring up is OLM, like, because I wanted to bring that up. Yeah, I think they're animation-wise, they're actually a pretty good company. Writing-wise, I don't know who was writing Pokemon jerseys. I don't know who are the writers, but somebody
no, because here's the thing, like the writing team, they always change staff every generation. So, like, for example, people are there, some exit and others move, some are kept. But when but when you go after 2 decades, no one from the original team stays in the current team. That's why,
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
like,
That
the
makes sense.
only
I'm not saying
person,
that we have to bring back all
the
the old
only
writers.
person that stayed
I
in the
think Saiwane.
no, it's Iwane because he's the animator, but although he also has some writing ideas, and Yuyama. Yuyama is the guy that directed all of the shows. He's now in Journeys, the creative supervisor, and he also made the
Ah,
plot. And he also made the plot for the first 8 movies and the Flabebe episode. That's why the Flabebe episode is great because it's basically a movie but in episode format.
yeah, it does kind of feel like the movie formula that we've had
Yeah,
for like the
definitely.
AG movie. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
when you
So.
think about it, the thing about with the Floette episode is that it's kind of like Misty's Togetic because she's releasing a
Hmm?
middle stage fairy type Pokemon
Hmm?
able to the shiny with the shiny stone to
Hmm?
protect nature. And
Hmm?
in another way, it's AZ's Floette but in reverse. Because Go is giving Floette away instead of taking her back. So
Which is
yeah,
weird.
guys. So here's the thing, guys. You really want to know the reason why Floette stayed in Kalos? She's looking for the ultimate weapon, and nah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Which.
Nah. She's looking for Greninja. She's looking for Greninja.
Which is
Like
one thing I thought was weird was.
Greninja is gardening. Greninja is doing gardening for 5 years. He needs a vacation. Like have Floette do the gardening now.
One thing I thought was weird is XY didn't have like a Pokemon XY AZ movie because I thought that's what they were gonna go do because you didn't introduce AZ yet. He kind of fits the movie plot. They would explain where Mega Evolution comes from, and we wouldn't get this trashy special instead of like
Yeah, like
movie.
they could have done, they could have AZ, like they could have had the lore of the ultimate weapon, like because they didn't do the ultimate weapon because they had plots for Z because there were plans for a Z game, but Sun and Moon and Auras appeared, so the anime had to do the plot that the game scrapped, and also because a
Yes, that's
weapon
what I
of
was
mass
assuming.
and also because a weapon of mass destruction that creates genocide, it's too dark for the anime. But the Team Flare arc was dark regardless of Ultimate Weapon or not. But yeah, I agree. In the end, when Sycamore and Alexa are there, they could have encountered AZ, like on the hill, and AZ tells this story to them, right? So yeah.
I mean, I hate that special regardless because that special
It's
I
so
don't felt like
stupid.
XY was rushed. I don't know why it exists because we could have had like an extra episode because everybody's like the league is rushed. Spend that extra episode on the league.
Like poor Astrid. She appears in the movie, she appears in the anime, and like she just gets named by Halan in the first special, like poor girl.
Yeah, I do plan to make a video on like what you call it. But yeah, I do plan to make a movie on like not movie. I do plan. So I do plan to make a video. I keep on trying to say this, but somebody keeps on interrupting me. Sorry. I do try to plan to make a video on Astrid and her and this like character potential, and like hopefully I can rewrite her character to like be more prevalent in the series. Because which was weird because she was like oddly dropped. She felt like a Conway kind of rival where like she reappeared and was gonna.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that covers that topic. So we can move on to Loki is coming to Disney Plus, the Marvel Studio series. Because apparently in every episode of the podcast we have to find some way to talk about Marvel because I cannot escape this dying thing.
Because Marvel Studios is a god in marketing.
I'm not excited for this show. I'm gonna say that right now because like Loki, I was never really excited for him. So it's like it looks like it has something to do with like time because there's like a watch behind him. Like, that's all I can really.
Well, I'm excited for a Loki show. The only problem I have with the Loki show is that Infinity War had no consequences. Like Loki came back, Vision came back in a form, and Gamora came back. Like Infinity War didn't have any consequences except Heimdall maybe. But I'm still excited for a Loki show since Loki is one of my favorite characters, and that time
He
travel.
would be.
Yeah.
I can guess that. And another thing I wanted to bring up, the E3 2021, a lot of things have been announced to be like shown at E3 because Pokemon Presents has been leaked to be happening in June, which is E3. So, are you guys expecting anything to get announced? I'm just expecting more information on not Sword and Shield, Brilliant Diamond and Legends Arceus, but that's all I'm really expecting.
The only thing they can reveal it's Detective Pikachu too, but nothing much.
I accept Pokemon Unite Shadow Drop maybe on a day, but yeah.
Pokemon Unite, oh my god, I forgot about. I
But they have
remember
issues.
the day that got dropped.
They are having issues with the Chinese, so I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, okay, fair. I didn't know that.
Fair. Maybe we might get like Pokken DLC because I've been wanting Pokken DLC for a long time.
They didn't.
But like, I don't think it's gonna happen.
They're not doing now. Like they are most likely going to do a Pokken 2, but only for next year.
I don't know what is it about Pokken. Pokken's like a dream game. I always wanted a game like Pokken, but then I started to play it and it
No,
was pretty mediocre.
No, but here's the
Pokken
thing:
is
Pokken was made by Bandai, and Bandai did New Snap, so they have to get money from New Snap to actually get the passage to actually start the announcement for Pokken 2. Because they have plans for Pokken 2, they just need the approval of the higher ups. And also a quota from the money, that's why they made New Snap. They made New Snap so that Pokken 2 could happen.
that would make sense because like apparently like Pokken is like the Tekken engine, but with Pokemon. I like to call Pokken playing the anime, if that makes sense, because like it's
Yeah. And that's why it's always a game I wanted to play because it's like more anime style. Instead of the classic game. I'm not saying the classic style is bad. I wanted to keep the classic style in the main games,
yeah,
but
because
like
Pokemon at its heart is like a turn RPG, like a turn by turn RPG. So like,
there are people saying that they want to have a new style for the Pokemon main game, but I don't want that. Like Pokemon is about strategy and not about like real time skill and controls and stuff. But
what
yeah,
I've
side
heard is
games
that
like that.
people want like what I've heard is like people would just want like Pokemon to have like an overall like presentation, like a Persona 5 kind of game.
Yeah, but the moment Pokemon starts to become another franchise, it's not Pokemon anymore. Like, oh, we love Pokemon, but can't Pokemon be like other stuff? And then you realize, yeah, when Pokemon starts to become another stuff, it's not Pokemon anymore. Like, if every franchise copies itself, every game will be the exact same.
Yeah.
So what's happening with Pokemon is what happens with the Sonic franchise and Sonic. Where like Izuka, who was like the head of Sonic team, wanted Sonic to be like Mario, and then overall Sonic has lost his identity.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just have like two more things to bring up, and that is this also relates to superhero. Batman and what you call it, Batman and Superman are getting. So me as like I'm a big Batman So I'm like very excited for like a new Batman show. 'Cause it's been a while since we got one, nevertheless animated. So I'm actually super excited for this. I think this might be like precursor to the like the Batman movie that Warner Bros is gonna put out, but like I don't know. You were gonna
I'm not big DC fan, so I don't know how DC fans feel about it. But I would say they bring out too much Batman stuff. Yes, Batman is the most marketable face in the DC universe, but they have the new Batman movie. They had like five, no, not five, but like a lot of Batman animated movie in the recent past, and now we have the
okay,
new
but
Batman
like
series.
to be fair, we haven't had like a Batman series, like a true animated Batman series. Like we had to bring the bold and like this one CGI show, but like those were like more comedic, and like I don't really count the CGI show because it like got canceled. I haven't had like a very true Batman series, like animated one, since 2004. And keep in mind, I was born in 2004, so
Yeah, fair.
it was like almost 20 years ago. So I think it's fine.
Yeah.
So also Superman's getting an animated show, and we haven't seen an animated Superman show in a while. They're big Superman fans, but we haven't seen an animated Superman show in a while. So that's gonna be time DC wants to touch Superman, they usually end up screwing him up big time.
I don't have anything much
Oh yeah. So, Kuro, do you have? Yeah. Do you have anything? Do you guys have any other topics to bring up?
I'm fine, man. I'm fine.
Okay, so I guess we can end it here. I have no topics to bring off the top of my head because I just like put everything that I want to talk about here. So, with all that being said, I think we can end the podcast. So I want to give a huge thanks to Kuro for joining us. Yeah, special guest.
Thank you for having me, man.
So, do you want to plug in anything?
Just go to my channel, Kuro Blitz, and my Twitter, KuroBlitz96.
Okay, that's usually what people plug their channel on Twitter. Dino, you can always find Dino's channel in the description down below. My channel, you're probably on my channel for watching this video. And yeah, so this is the Masters Day podcast signing out. Join us next week. I say these like they're live, but okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.